And of course, it is Matt, the Steamrolla Frevola on the show. Matt, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. Just finishing up this fight camp strong.
Yes, sir. I mean, the fight is right around the corner next weekend. How has it been? How healthy are you feeling leading into this fight?
I'm feeling great. My weight's on point, my body's on point, my mind's on point, and I'm just ready to get out to Arizona and cut this weight and then have some fun.
What's the weight at right now? Is it usual for about this time outside of a
Yeah,
fight?
yeah, we're right on schedule. I'm right around like high 160s, so it's never easy, but we always get it done.
Yeah, yes, sir. Tell me about this camp, man. Has it been any different? Have you brought in any new training partners, or has it pretty much been business as usual for you?
Yeah, it's been business as usual. I always kind of split up my camps between back home, Long Island with the Cerro Longo team, and then I go down for a couple weeks down in Tampa, Florida with Grace Tampa South, Matt Arroyo, Billy Q, and those guys down there. So it's good. I'm finishing the camp back home in Long Island. So it's going real good. I'm getting a lot of great sparring in here with a lot of the guys on the Cerro Longo team. Justin Montavo has been giving me a lot of good work. He's an up and coming pro, 2-0. Yeah, getting the jujitsu work at Sarah BJJ, and then I'm about to go hit with Longo at 4 o'clock. He's gonna put me through the grinder tonight, and yeah, we're right on point.
Do you ever roll with Matt Sarah? Is that something that you do on a frequent basis?
Not too much, but he comes in. He taught the class Tuesday night, and his energy just alone is enough to just motivate you. And then he shows some awesome technique always. And then everybody on the Sarah BJJ mats is are killers. I just came from there today, and Craig Jones was on the mats. It was so cool.
Yeah, I got to meet Matt once. He came up to my hometown, Bangor, Maine, when they did Looking for a Fight, and I interviewed him and I shook his hand. I couldn't believe how big his hands are. It's like grabbing a fistful of banana.
Yeah, he's got bricks in those hands. I mean, put down the goat GSP with that hand. So
There you go. That is very true. I did want to ask you too about Chris Weidman. Have you had a chance to talk to him? And if so, how's he feeling?
Yeah, I talked to him. I text him like after it happened. It was tough to see, but like I said, when it happened, if anybody can come back from that injury, it's Weidman, and it's awesome to see him back on his feet. And it was real cool seeing how Dana took care of him and got him in that private jet with his family and got him back home. He's living down in North Carolina or South Carolina now, so he's with his family. He's got a beautiful family, and he's getting back up on his feet, and it's cool. He's documenting his whole road to recovery, and it's real motivating, and it's good to see that part of the game.
Yeah, for sure. I've always been a big fan of Chris. So if he happens to be watching this, best of well wishes to him. I can't wait to see him back in the octagon whenever that time may be. Now, your last fight obviously was at UFC 257 down in Abu Dhabi. That didn't go your way, but looking back at it now, is there something that you can take from that loss here moving forward to make yourself a better mixed martial artist?
Yeah, definitely. I had a great fight camp for that fight, and I was preparing for Ottman, and then Ottman did whatever he did. Smuggled his bag of potatoes, whatever, and got cut from the UFC, whatever, and then I was uh, I was cutting weight like it was the morning of weigh-ins, and my manager Matt Arroyo walked in and told me Ottman's out. And I was like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Because I had 3 fights canceled in 2020. And I was like, hey, this can't happen again. And, they kept, my team kept motivating me. They're like, all right, cut the weight. You'll be an alternate. They're motivating me. They're like saying, you could be fighting McGregor, you could be fighting Michael Chandler, all these 55ers on the card, make weight, stay ready, keep your mind frame, your mental tough, and that's what I did. I cut the weight. It was an easy weight cut. But it was the hardest, easiest weight cut, I guess you could say, because I was cutting this weight and I didn't even think I was fighting. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But we made the weight and stepped on the scale, and then one of the 55ers didn't show up to weigh-ins, and out of all the 55ers on the card, it was the toughest 55er who's like the most like least known. Armin, who's a beast. Armin's a real good fighter, and I know Armin. I was in Tiger Muay Thai out in Thailand back in I want to say it was 2018, 2017, and it was before Armin was even in the UFC. And I actually sparred around with him out there back then. And the only thing I remember about that sparring session was he cracked me with his spinning back kick to my chest, and I was like, "Holy shit, who is this guy?" And then I started looking him up, and I've been following his career ever since. And I knew our once I saw him get signed to the UFC, I knew our paths would cross eventually. But I was hoping I would be able to get a full camp to prepare for him.
Yeah.
And after that, just kind of having that one round of sparring with him, I thought we were gonna stand more. But he came in there and he was wrestling me. He was shooting a takedown on my second strike, so I could never really get going. But I respect Armin. I know he's a high level guy, but I want that back. I definitely, that's a different fight when I have a full camp to prepare for him. And that's something I took away from that experience was, I did what I had to do. I trained my ass off. I was 100% prepared for anybody. And then I got tested, they even, Ottman got pulled off. I got the fight, I got to fight the guy I didn't want to fight the most on that entire card, and they really tested me mentally, so do you want to fight? Or they even offered me my show and my win just to not even fight. I was going to get paid my show and my win if I didn't even fight. And I was like, no, I came here to fight. I didn't fly all the way to Abu Dhabi to just take a paycheck and go home. I need to progress my career. I need to step into that octagon. I need to grow. And every time I fight, every time I, get into that octagon and go through the whole process, I'm growing, I'm becoming better, I'm progressing my career. And that's what I did. I went in there, I fought hard. I got good feedback from the fight, and I'm a better fighter because of it.
When that whole thing with Ottman happened, can you put into words how upset you were, how maybe confused you were? I can't even imagine what it was like on your end, because he took a lot of heat, and rightfully so, man. Can you just kind of dive into that a little bit?
Yeah, I was pretty in disbelief, honestly. He kind of just seen. I saw him a couple times during the week. And, he was always respectful with me and stuff. He seems like a respectful guy, but he kind of walks around like his shit don't stink. He kind of walks around like he's better than everyone else, and he treats the UFC staff like he's, he kind of acts like he thinks he's royalty or something. And it's he needs to be humbled. And then as soon as I heard that he got let back into the UFC, I hit up Arroyo and I was like, I want that fight back. I want to humble this guy. But we didn't get that fight. I don't know. Maybe he needed some time to get the potatoes out of his system. Who knows? But we got an even better fight. Frank. Now I got this fight with Frank Camacho, and he's another real nice, respectful guy, and he's a gladiator. He's an island warrior from Guam. And I'm an island warrior from Strong Island. And we're both gladiators, and we both step in there to throw down, and that's the kind of guy I want to fight. And then getting to Abu Dhabi, I didn't really get to see much of Abu Dhabi, but the W Hotel was amazing. It was a beautiful hotel. They treated us like royalty over there, and I'm a fan just as much of a fighter. I love fight week. I love being around all the fighters. I love just every part of the process. So it was cool. I was out I would go out to the pool. Well, first we were quarantined again in Abu Dhabi for like 2 days. So once we got out of the quarantine in Abu Dhabi, I would go out to the pool, and I would always swim because I love to swim. And there's like one like pool that was kind of like the party pool that everyone go to, and then there was another pool that was a bigger pool, and I would go there to like swim laps because it was bigger. And one time I'm out there swimming laps, and then Team McGregor, just like pops up to the pool, and I was like, all right, that's Conor McGregor. I got to go say what's up to him. And I got to go up. Me and Billy Q went up to him, and we talked to him because Billy Q was on the Ultimate Fighter with Team Faber and Team McGregor, so he knew like Owen Roddy and some of the coaches, and we got to kind of just small talk with McGregor and his team, and it was a cool experience, and just being around there, being on such a big card, and it was cool.
Who wins that trilogy with Conor and Dustin?
And that's such a tough one. I think it's a coin toss. McGregor got the first one, Poirier got the second one, and I'm excited to see the adjustments that McGregor is going to make to address those calf kicks and see what he can do. But I think it's a coin flip. I always like to go with the Americans. And I think Dustin Poirier's story is just unreal. I've been watching him since he was on like that reality TV show back in the day, and following his career and just seeing where he started and where he is now. That's the dream right there. And so we'll see, man. We'll see. I think it's a coin flip.
Yeah, I can't wait for it, man. Tell me, you seem to be like a real MMA junkie, whether you're just a fighter or just a fan watching it. Like, what other hobbies do you have outside of, your profession, which is, at the highest of levels in the UFC?
Yeah, I'm an athlete. I love playing sports. Me and all my buddies, from high school, we still play in a flag football league, Long Island Legends. Shout out to the Skulls. We play flag football every Sunday. It's fun. Now I got a fight coming up, so they don't let me play. So, but I go there. I'm the morale booster. I'm on the sidelines just in case it gets a little chippy. I might have to run out there. There's always like almost like one fight every game, but nobody ever throws punches or anything. Or it's always just everyone pushes each other, like, back off. And
they have you on the other team. They're not going to start a fight with you guys.
Exactly. It's so much fun. Everyone there is UFC fans too, so it's cool, man. It's cool. We have fun out here in Long Island.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, I do want to say congratulations. I know you recently signed with Iridium Sports Agency. Tell me, what has that been like? I mean, been a short time now, but just elaborate on a little bit more, as to how great it is to be signed with them.
Oh, it's huge. I was always managed by my head coach, Matt Arroyo, who I've been with for every single one of my fights. And I was down there in Tampa training for this fight, and he sat me and Billy Q down, and he kind of told us, like, he was like, I'm your coach, but I'm kind of slacking you. I'm slacking you guys a little bit on the management part, and with the sponsors and the indoor, whatever, all the management stuff, the promotion and sponsors and whatnot. And he was talking with Jason House a lot. He built a relationship with Jason House. So, and then he brought up Jason House, and I started, listening and doing some research on Iridium and Jason and all that. And Arroyo was talking real good about him. And, all the research I saw looked real good about him. And then Arroyo said that Jason House was if we're interested, he would fly out to Tampa, that week and have a dinner with us. And he flew down to Tampa. We all sat down. We had a great dinner. We had a great talk. And, we decided to sign with him. And I think it's the right step in me and Billy Q, both of our careers right now. And I think it's, going to get us to that next level.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I haven't met Jason in person. I've texted with him a few times. He's just an amazing human being. And big shout out to Ed Cap. He hustles so hard setting up all these interviews. I mean, their roster is just enormous there. So they really do it right. So big shout out to them. Let's talk about.
It's crazy though too. It's like Frank signed with him too. You know, Jalen Turner, I fought him, signed with him, and like half the guys I want to fight are signed with him too. And we kind of talked about that too. And he said, you know, it's all business, you know, and he had all the right answers. And you know, it's just kind of funny that we're all signed with him. But you know, hey, he's gonna help us all out.
Yeah, I mean, he's got more than half of the UFC roster, so they're clearly doing something right. Let's talk about UFC 263, man, down in Glendale, Arizona. There's going to be fans in attendance. I mean, that's going to be pretty exciting. I don't know if you like that as a fighter, or if you actually like the more intimate, you know, smaller settings where there isn't an audience. Like, is that something that amps you up for this fight?
Oh yeah, man, I love it. You know, I love the fans. We got like 40 of my buddies and family members from Long Island, you know, flying out. They got a suite at the at the Glendale arena, and they're all pumped. You know, every time I fight, you know, my friends, my family come out. You know, we make a weekend out of it, and it brings everyone together. You know, I go in there, I fight my heart out, and then we party afterwards. It's always a great time, and you know, those Apex fights were cool too. You know, just kind of being able to hear the corners and hear the shots and the intimate setting and stuff, and those were cool. Those are cool as well. But and then watching that first fight back with fans in Jacksonville, and then even the one in Dallas too, just feeling, you could feel the energy through the TV, and it it was unreal. And I'm excited to be a part of you know, one of the first fights with fans back,
Yeah,
just
and
to feel that energy.
oh yeah, and what an event to be a part of, man! Two title fights, main event, co-main event. You got the middleweight championship out of Adesanya and Vettori, and then you got the crazy rematch between Moreno and Figueiredo that everyone's waiting for. Who do you think is going to be the winners of the main and co-main of UFC 263?
You know, I like Stylebender. This is my third fight on the same card as Stylebender, so it's kind of cool. You know, I remember at UFC 230, I fought Lando. I had that draw with Lando, and Stylebender fought Derek Brunson on that card. And after my fight with Lando, I was like getting stitched up in the back, and Stylebender like just showed up and walked in, and he was like, "Yo, Steamrolla, sick fight, man," and then pounded me, and I'll always kind of remember that. I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, thanks, Stylebender," you know, and then just being out, and then I fought on UC 236, and he fought Kelvin Gastelum on that card as well. So this is the third Steamrolla Stylebender card. You know, we got to keep making that a thing. So I'm going with him. And then the next one, you know, got to go with the underdog Moreno. You know, the team Airdyne. So you know, I'll always go with the underdog. Seems like a good kid and great story. And you know, I'm rooting for him.
Yes, sir. All right, Frank Camacho. He's 22-9. He's coming off a couple of losses. Justin James, Beneil Dariush, both in the first round. Stylistically, man, like, how do you like this matchup for yourself?
I love it, man. You know, I was scheduled to fight him last year in June as well. You know, I did a whole fight camp preparing for him in last year, and then that fight fell through because of COVID. So you know, I've been thinking about this fight for over a year now. You know, and it's nice to finally go in there and settle it. And you know, he's, like I said before, you know, he's a gladiator. He's a warrior, island warrior, and you know, so am I. And that's styles makes fights, and I think our styles in that octagon, it's gonna be fireworks.
Are you going to give him his third consecutive round one loss? How do you see the end result here?
I'll take that. You know, I'll take that. But I'm going in there for the finish. It doesn't matter if it's round one, round two, round three. I got to get back to my finishing ways, and I plan on doing that.
Awesome, man. I really can't wait for this event. Your fight, the whole card in general, it's going to be epic. Again, June 12th, UFC 263. Matt Frevola, Frank Camacho. It's going down. It's going to be a barn burner. Before I let you go, man, I want to give you the floor. Tell people where to follow you on social media, and if you have anyone to thank, the floor is yours.
Yeah, get me on Instagram, Steamrolla Frevola _MMA. I'll be posting everything on Fight Camp, everything Fight Week. And then, thank you to all the gyms I train at, Longo and Weidman, Sarah BJJ, Acceleration Sports Training, Grace Tampa South. Everybody who's had my back and rides with me, I appreciate, and it's going to be a great time.